two new clan tags that we're seeing here in Season 2 of QuakeNight. IAM is going to be composed of Sema, JWD, and Blatrix, who we all know. And we're going to be seeing, actually... Is Dephone Man, I believe? Yeah, Dephone Man KGB. Gotcha. Alright, so DFM, Dephone Man, is going to be KGB and Pyro once again. And it looks like Sema's going to go for a tinkle. So there's KGB.
It's actually James. I heard, apparently. He just goes James. It's James backwards. Isn't that nice? Alright. So, I actually need to... the live stream will be fine, but I'm actually going to stop the VOD because I'm running out of hard drive space. Here come the F3s. Alright, so for those that are unfamiliar, There Is No Spoon is KGB, and Swooped is Pyro. He's also known as Swooped, I guess, in Quake Live now. Blatrix, and James is James.
I guess we're not going to get an answer, but we are going to get a match. Here we go.
No story on that.
Alright, fine. But ZTN, here we go.
And we are off. James is going to get Mega and Portal Yellow along with the rocket launcher. And very solid start there. Now again, we've already seen this map earlier tonight, so I'm not going to worry about doing a little bit of a tour. James just tore a new one off of Swoop's ass, and that also secured him a railgun. And very, very solid rocket work so far. Red up in 3, James in position to go defensive. And that's a great rail because that's going to knock one guy off. See, Swooped again. Swoop just doesn't like to take no for an answer. He wants to come back into this room for some reason. James needs to make this RJ now, and he does it. Blatrix, let's go take a look at him. His teammate trying to hand off weapons. And it looks like, for all his faults, Swoop just set up at quad.
And that was a headstrong push from IAM in order to take it on that quad, but it's not going to happen, and There Is No Spoon is going to be, oh wow, KGB just got a rocket handed to him. And that left him at 5 health, and that's going to pretty much demasculate all of this quad run, I fear.
Well, no, only half of it. But let's talk about that attempted push into the room, because it was kind of a critical thing. The positioning from KGB and Swooped was perfect. They used the choke points. Like, basically, there was just no room for error in their positioning. There was no way to get into those rooms without taking a lot of damage. And that's how you have to do it. Now, we saw a lot of... you know, I didn't really call it out in the last match that we watched. Paramedics, they tended to kind of hold up in the room and basically try to use the corners within the room itself. But there's a problem with that, because you no longer are using the advantage of the choke points. And, you know, this room is actually just chock full of them, and, you know, you lose a lot of your positional advantage the second that you take a step back from these main entrances. So I'm glad to see that we're watching it being played a lot differently, and I think a lot better.
And KGB yet to die, even though he's gotten down to 5 health and 8 health, he's still kicking and still rocking. 6 frags to his name, now has rail out down by the lower teleporter, just waiting for someone to come around the corner for or across that mega hallway. Not going to be happening right off the bat though, but geez. KGB has just been a survivor so far. No rocket launcher for him though, and actually that's probably a good thing since he's not going to kill himself that way. But yeah, so far we are seeing a little bit of a lockout here. I am only with 1 frag, and that being against Swooped. And KGB again going down to 21 health, but he's still okay. And whoa, here's a big deal. That was actually I am getting a pretty much uncontested quad there, but here's the thing, what can they do with it? He's going to take down KGB. Blatrix is going to be eating a rail though before letting his opponent go up the pad. And
yeah, like, Swoops has done really well, because he's essentially shut down the quad. Even if Blatrix does get this kill, he forced him to wait about 10 seconds and waste the quad. So that is a really critical thing, because it could have been something like maybe 5 to 11, and you know, now 6 to 11, but now it's only 4-11, and quite frankly, KGB and Swooped are in pretty good shape. Let's go take a look at KGB. Yeah, I hate covering matches without VODs, but quite frankly, this is the first week of QuakeNight, and I've had an itch for Team Deathmatch, so I'm gonna love every second of it. Rail dropped. James looking to pick it up, and he's gonna, he already had plenty of rail slugs himself, but he did eat a rail just to add to his inventory, but in the wrong way. And it went into his exit-only area.
See this. You saw KGB going through the teleporter, and instead of Swooped following, just like we saw paramedics do several times, often to the point of telefragging, Swooped just goes the other way. And we're seeing some really great lockouts here. James taking a great rail as Swoop comes through the teleporter, and is this going to be a setup for quad? In the next 13 seconds it will be here, but again, let's see if they can use those choke points. And you can see James here sticking to the corner, and again that potentially lets them in. Nice chasing of Pyro out of there, and that means that this is going to be a fairly painless quad grab. And now 17-7, they need to catch up this 10 frag gap quickly if they're going to do anything at all. But again, you can see just KGB and Swoops just not being there. And actually, right now, James should not be accompanying. Okay, good. They finally split off, but they needed to not be together. If anything, that meant that Blatrix was going to end up fragging his opponent. But okay, there's one frag off of that quad run, maybe two with the initial one, but that's about it.
Do you know where KGB was?
Back corner.
He was in the back hall of the rocket launcher near the jump pad, so they went right by him.
Yep, yep.
And Swooped was actually hiding near the teleporter at the railgun. So, hopefully IAM will kind of get wise to that and start checking the hiding spots. Wow, Blatrix unable to get the kill against KGB, even after getting a free shot, a little sucker punch in the ass. So, 18-9 though. They have got a couple more frags on the board, but as far as resources, KGB is setting up to get Mega, and I have not seen him without armor for. I mean, I think he's been pretty well stacked for most of the fight. He is going to be late back to Mega, and James makes him pay.
Indeed he does, but look at this. He's left fairly weak. He's going to have to depend on that 50 armor by the portal. Now taking the stairs back up, and red is going to be their position. Is there going to be an attack from KGB and Swoops? No, there's not. So does that put them in the quad room? Yes, it does.
Yep.
And again, the choke points. Look at this. James cannot come through here without taking a rocket, but nice coming through the other way is exactly what they needed to see there. But James is going to go down. KGB is left up, but Blatrix with the quad. Is he going to survive this? No, he's going to die right on the pad.
Yeah, and it was one of those things where he had a shotgun, but the LG from KGB would have killed him really quickly, so he had to, make a decision. He decides to switch targets, but at that point, his shotgun's no longer a good weapon at that range. KGB's going to die to the gravity, and sometimes that's just how it all goes down. But if we take a look at Swooped, we haven't given him a lot of stream time tonight. He's currently being railed down to 1 health, 47 rail accuracy for himself. And survivability, though, I'm going to take a look at it as we have a little bit of a lull here. 4 deaths and 8 deaths for KGB and Swooped, respectively.
And KGB taking the 50 health, heading back over to quad. That's actually a really big one. Mega still up, now getting picked up, but KGB shows up to quad a bit early. He's expecting, I don't know, maybe he's expecting IAM to be coming through that teleporter a lot more. But a little bit of a lull in the action there as far as KGB is concerned.
Not really.
Now, dodging rails, not so much.
From Swoop's point of view, he is just racked up about 6 unanswered. He's yet to die. He's getting pretty close.
Well, that would
explain. But look at this. I mean, I think that he got 6 unanswered frags. I think. If you take a look at the score.
That would explain why I wasn't seeing anybody on KGB's screen, because Swooped was just swooping down and cleaning up the house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's going to be mad at